climate change. In 2004, with the birth of my first grandchild, I changed my focus of interest from one of patients. As I mentioned to you, I personally have cared for over 12,000 patients. Now, it's not that I don't still care for 12,000 patients or still care for patients. I still do. I work at our telemedicine internet-based program that lasts over 12 days, and we run very actively, and I'm very much involved in that. So I still love being a doctor. But, as far as accomplishing what the causes of my patients' problems are and how to solve them, I think I pretty much got that figured out, at least to my satisfaction. And so I've taken on a new patient, and that's planet Earth. That's my main interest, is climate change, because it's the most pressing issue of any right now going on. I learned first about climate change from Al Gore. He had the documentary out called The Inconvenient Truth, and I bet many of you learned from him also in 2006. Well, he did a sequel that he came out with in 2017, and in neither of his presentations did he mention diet. Nothing about food. The problems were to be solved by taking care of fossil fuels and improvement in transportation, et cetera. You've heard it over and over again. Well, those efforts may have been enough when this first came out, or we first realized that climate change was a problem in the early 70s. But it's no longer enough. Experts tell us that even if we're able to bring carbon down to net zero, stop all of the carbon pollution, we're not going to save the planet. We have to do one more thing, and that's fix the food. And that was talked about first to the world in the FAO report called Livestock's Long Shadow. This is over 400 pages. You can find it on the internet. In this, what they told us was, and this was pretty shocking, was that 18% of the global warming gases were caused by the agricultural businesses. 18%, and that was shocking. Compared to all transportation, which caused fewer than 14% of the CO2 in our atmosphere. But they didn't really tell people how to fix it. They brought it out that diet was a major player, but they didn't tell us how to solve it. What can we do, as a society, or maybe even as an individual person? What can we do to mitigate climate change? But it was a big step. And I wrote my first piece on the climate and diet back the same year, 2006, after these two important bits of information came out, Al Gore and the Livestock's Long Shadow. It caused me to write An Inconvenient Truth, We're Eating Our Planet to Death. That was in 2006. That's when I really became aware of what was going on and that a solution needed to be found. And we're going to be talking about a solution. If you don't know what kind of trouble we're in, I'm going to leave that to somebody else to tell you. But you need to be brought up to speed, and you need to be asking the question, what can I do to get out of this trouble? In 2013, we had Robert Goodland talk at one of our advanced studies weekends. He was the environmental advisor for 23 years for the World Bank. Pretty important guy. He told us that was in 2013. He told us we had 3 years left before we passed tipping points that we couldn't correct. If he's right, we passed them a long time ago, but I think he's wrong. He, along with his World Watch Institute, they readjusted the FAO statistics, Livestock's Long Shadow, and included things that they didn't include, and came to the conclusion that 51%, at least, of the damage to our environment was caused by agriculture, by the animal agriculture businesses. Let me be specific, animal agriculture businesses. Eat Lance's commission is probably the most respected the most respected body at discussing diet and climate. They came out first with their paper, at least the first one I saw was in 2019. They said we had fewer than 12 years left to fix the problems. That's basically what people are working on now, is we have until the end of this decade to solve the problems, or it's just going to be too late. Well, they focused on the problem, and that is the diet. They told us what to do. Well, sort of. They told us we need more plants, more starches, fewer animal foods, but not to cut them out completely. And they gave us really no practical direction on how to solve the problems. Scientific research is crystal clear. There's no argument about this, that what is damaging the environment is our animal agriculture. Plants, they're kind to the environment. In fact, they sequester CO2, don't they, when they grow? So I don't think you'll find anybody arguing when it comes to diet. Even in this conference, I don't think you'll find anybody arguing when it comes to diet as far as how we return the health of our planet and what diet is important. You may hear a lot of diverse points of view talking about low carb diets, high meat diets in terms of health. I don't agree with them. But I think everybody understands that you can't do anything on a dead planet. And so we got to fix this problem of poisoning the planet with animal agriculture. The planet can recover. It's always trying to adjust, to make adaptations. Just like my patients, it just has never stopped trying to be a good home for us human beings. Never. It's just that the damage outstrips its ability to heal. That's all. So sure, we got to stop the fossil fuel industry. Absolutely. But it's no longer enough. And it will heal.